Hey, Alex here, and this weekend I did a Fonda ride in Chiefland, Florida, the Tour de Melon. 100-mile ride, it was pretty cool, and yes, a lot of watermelons. So in Florida, there are a lot of Fondos, like 60-mile, 70 miles and 100-mile rides and events that happen all over the state. And the Tour de Melon happens every June together with the Watermelon Festival that happens in Chiefland, Florida. Actually, this one was the 68th edition of the Watermelon Festival. Chiefland is about 2 hours from Orlando, so it's a little bit of a drive, but I really wanted to check it out, and especially because in June, July, there's not many events going on. Usually the Fondos in Florida happen between September and March, April. So those are the months that have more events. Now it gets pretty hot, but you still can find a few events to participate. Now this event, I thought it was interesting because of the... So this event, I thought it was going to be interesting because who doesn't like to ride bikes and eat a bunch of watermelon? If you love watermelons, leave in the comments a watermelon emoji. There are different distances that you can do, but the longest one is the 100-mile ride, and it's really flat. It's a very rural area with a lot of farms, so there's no hills at all. So it's a great Fondo if you're doing it for the first time, and the only challenge you have to face is the distance. And maybe a little bit the wind and the heat, actually. I was super excited. The weather was gonna be great, and it looked like we're gonna have lots of fun.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So there was a pretty good crowd, and the good thing of a Fondo is that you start everybody together, and as the ride progresses, you ride with the level that you want to. You find your people, your group, if you want to ride strong or kind of a B pace or even a C pace, and you'll find your group and you can ride and enjoy the ride together. And usually a Fondo is not a race. Well, at least is what they say. But if you want to stay in the front group, there's always a race going on. So around 10 miles in the ride, some people really started to push, and some surges started to happen, and some gaps opened up, and this guy was checking if he was gonna close the gap, and it didn't look like he was gonna close the gap, so I jumped in. I really wanted to stay in the first group. So the thing of a flat ride, it can be fast all the time because you have no hills to to break the rhythm, so you keep riding fast all the time, so it can be a little annoying for a few people. So you don't have to be in the front group, but sometimes it's just fun to try to ride and keep up and see if you can hold on to the main group. So I started to get a little worried because I was actually planning to do 1 or 2 stops to refill and eat a little bit. But I was looking at these guys, and a few of them had like 3 water bottles, the big one, 2 on the bike, and then 1 on their jerseys they were carrying on their backs. And I was like, wow, I think these guys are planning and not stopping at all. And I don't have enough water or food to ride 100 miles. Thankfully, around 60 miles into the ride, we slowed down the pace a little and we started talking to each other if we were gonna do a stop on the next rest station. And we decided that we were gonna do, at least I thought that most of us would stop for a break, and we were in about 10 to 12 cyclists. But then I noticed when we were coming into the station that 4 guys did not stop, they continued riding, but I had to stop. I needed water and I needed food.
How's it going, guys?
One lucky person has the pickle in there, so good luck to whoever that one is.
That's the lucky one.
Oh, we got a winner.
go.
We got a winner. Is it?
So it was a super quick stop. We regrouped. It was about now 6 of us. These guys from Ravello, these 2 guys, they started hammering. I don't know if they wanted to catch up the other 4 guys that continued, that didn't stop. So the pace really was, we were really riding hard, and we were already 60 miles plus into the ride. And for a split of a second, me and this other guy, Trent, we disconnected from the group, and they started hammering and we couldn't reconnect with them. Trent tried his best, but it was too late. We didn't have the legs to reconnect. So me and Trent were now alone, and actually Trent was in a dark spot. I don't know if he was kind of dehydrated. It was super hot, and so he started slowing down. I was riding. When I looked back, he wasn't behind me anymore. So now I was riding alone.
It's been a little of a lonely ride right now. Done 82 miles, have 18 more to go. It's just a little boring now doing a solo ride. It's good. I can enjoy a little bit the view. And it's been a headwind right now. So that's not very good. Riding alone with a headwind does not help. And the first half of the ride, it was so intense. We didn't do any stops. So I didn't have the chance to taste the watermelon yet. 82 miles into the ride, and I haven't tried a single watermelon. 6 more miles to go. Almost done. It's hot. It's really, really, really hot. I'm out of water. All right, after 100 miles, I finally get the chance to have a watermelon. This watermelon is good. The best I ever had. Yeah, it was a great ride. Super fun. It's a great century ride if you want to do it for the first time, because the only thing you have to worry about is completing 100 miles and a little bit the heat. But I think I'm a little overreached here because I was with a group that had really strong guys. But it's fun. It's fun to do these rides. They always say, oh, this is not a race, this is just a fun ride. If you're in the front group, it's always a race. So the total is 7 stops. I think I missed a few. I stopped twice, once with the group, and then at the end, like five miles to the end, I just stopped to get a little bit of water. But there's plenty of stops, plenty of support. They serve lunch at the end, so you can have lunch after the ride. Love riding on like the rural roads, and you can see the farms, and it's super flat. And after the ride, you can go to downtown and check out the Watermelon Festival. So it's a great ride for every cyclist that wants to do a century ride on some nice roads. There was some roads that were a little bumpy, but it's part of it. In 100 miles, you're gonna get every type of roads, but pretty good, really safe. A lot of signs, easy to navigate. I had on my Garmin the route, but I rarely need it because there were signs everywhere on the ground and some signs giving direction.
So I really enjoyed the Tour de Melon, and I will definitely be doing other fondos, and I will be sharing them with you. And I will be adding them to our blog and doing a menu of all the fondos and rides you can do here in Florida during the year. So let me know what you thought about the Tour de Melon. But I not only plan on doing rides here in Florida, but also in other states. So if you have any ride that you think I should participate, leave them in the comments. So thank you so much for watching this video. And as always, I'll see you on our next ride experience. Ciao.